This section's on apportionment, Adams method. Alright, Adams method is very, very similar to Jefferson's method. The only difference here is that we're using upper quota instead of lower quota. Okay, so step one, again, we're finding a suitable divisor. Alright, D, so we're manipulating that number so that we get the amount of seats to come out right. Step two, use that to complete each modified quota. And in step three, instead of lower, we are using upper quota this time. So pretty much the exact same process as Jefferson's method. So if you haven't seen the video on Jefferson's method yet, I suggest you go back and watch that first, because I'm going to go through this method a little bit more quickly. Alright, the step one part, so we find a suitable divisor, a number that was picked for this one. Let's say we picked 50,500. That's now let's think back really quick. Remember when we had the standard quota with the standard divisor, we got 246 back in the original problem. And we had 4 seats to fill in the gap. So either using Hamilton's to give out surplus seats, or Jefferson's to manipulate the numbers so that we don't have the gap. And this one we're doing the exact same thing. Again, we're just using upper quota instead of lower quota. All right, here's a chart, and I'm not going to work this one out fully. I'm just going to show you the numbers that don't work and that do work. So. Here's the standard divisor. Oh, sorry, not the standard divisor. That's our first modified divisor. Okay, so we, instead of using 50,000, we went up to 50,500. Okay, so maybe that's what's going to work for us. When we give everybody the upper quota, so 32.59, that rounds up to 33. 137.35. Traditionally, yeah, that'd round down, but in Adams method, we were rounding everything up. So to 138, 3.05 goes up to 4. All right. And when we total all these, it comes out to 251. So that's actually pretty close. So we're going to change this divisor just by a little bit and see what happens. So let's do we're going to use 50,700. Okay, so our amount of seats right here, that was too large, so we're making a larger divisor to make some of our numbers a little smaller. So again, we're doing the population of each state divided by the new divisor. Okay, so 1,646,000 divided by 50,700, and that's what gets us 32.47. Next we have $6,936,000. We're going to divide that by 50,700 to get 136.8. Okay, and so on and so forth. This divided by this will give us 3.04. And after we get all these, we're going to round all these up. So the 32.47 becomes 33, and the 136.8 rounds up to 137. So I think state B here, this is the one that makes the difference here. We have 138 that becomes 137. So that's the one that brings us down 1 seat to our total of 250. So yes, that one worked out pretty nicely. The only thing with Adams' method is that it can produce lower quota violations. So where Jefferson's produced upper quota, Adams' method can produce lower quota violations. So it's really not any better than Jefferson's method.